Okay. So that looks a lot better. What you think?
Yeah, that's a whole lot better.
So,
We're live right now.
and it's shared on Facebook. So if you want to check to see Miss Aisha,
Oh, okay.
what's going
I'm
on?
mad you got French on me right fast, though.
Haha. So yes, dear Lanyard family and friends, we are actually live on Periscope today because Canal Sud is on strike today for workers' comp. So we're gonna play around with Periscope today. Now you might have to forgive us. There might be some little homeless people hanging out. They might have something to say. They're right behind us, but that's all right. We might have a little bit of music, but it might just be coming from homeless people. Since we're not in the studio and still learning about Periscope and everything, so let's see if we can
So what do I look
switch
on?
the camera around. Oh look! Hey, how y'all doing? This is alright. So this is Southern Girls for Real. Here, this is what we look like. Hi. So we're with Aisha Scotto DeCarlo. Hey. From Arlington, Texas.
Yes.
I got it right because I was thinking about Virginia, actually.
See, yeah, you done sassed it up.
Yeah.
Now, what am I looking at to look this up?
I don't know.
Periscope?
No, you're going to be looking at Facebook profile. So, for those of you... Yeah, this is good.
Let's see.
I like some Periscope now. Ooh, Lanyard family and friends, I think we have an alternative.
Oh, you do that, then I might I might do this more often.
Yeah, I think so. To when we don't have access to the studios for the radio show. The only difference is that we probably won't have the music, but maybe some of these people in the background, you won't be able to see them, and that's okay, because sometimes you know how people act when
look at.
Sometimes, you know, when you have people out and about, when you're trying to do something, it's not always the same. So of course, you know, today we didn't have our opening credits.
Nothing to look at.
So we didn't have our opening credits. We're probably not going to have a closing credits, but we're here, Southern Girl Show in the Southwest France, Toulouse specifically. So this is a nice little experiment. And as you can see here, I'm just gonna flip back.
Uh-oh.
There's our little, that's our backdrop.
Now that's our front drop.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm just gonna go back to us. Southern Girl Show. So actually, invited Aisha to come to the show today to talk a little bit about what's happening in Texas because of Irma and everything, and next week I wanted to get into speaking about some things about the climate and what's happening stateside, because Lanyap is a show that's based upon Louisiana culture, because I'm originally from Baton Rouge, and a lot of people here are actually interested in culture from Louisiana. So I was like, wow, it's a nice way to get people to talk about their projects and to talk about things from home with like kind of a leeway into what's happening in the United States. So Lanyap was birthed from that. And as you know, Lanyap means something extra. A little something extra.
It does?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, you learn something new every day. So today it's going to be kind of like relaxed, cool, and by the way, my name is Erica Smith, and so I'm the host of Lanyap. Well, I don't have the credits, so whenever I don't have the credits or the generic, you know.
I've never heard the credits. I've done the show twice, 3 times.
It's the Hot 8, it's the Rebirth Brass Band with Roll With It, and that's what we play at the very beginning. And
I didn't know it said Erica Smith, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I use, you know, a nice little American name, not the other one.
Yeah, we don't know who that is.
We don't know who that is. All right. So, Aisha, so how's the family in Texas and everything? You can say hi. You can give shout outs for real now.
Shout out to the fam in Arlington, Amarillo Canyon. Hey! Well, the family, the immediate family is doing well because they weren't affected.
Okay.
My uncle was affected, however, and it was amazing to
And
hear
he
that
was in
he was in Port
Arthur.
Arthur. We have family in Houston, Port Arthur, a little bit in Beaumont. It was amazing to hear that, because my grandparents have passed,
Okay.
and he's living in their house. And their house is like 50, 60 years old. I mean, it's an old home. And what was so amazing to hear that he had water in the home is because he's on pier and beam.
Okay.
So you have to actually go up half a floor before you even get into the house.
Now, can you explain pier and beam to the people who might not know? I mean, being from Louisiana, I know what that looked like.
You know what that looked like? It's like having something about this tall, of course, a whole lot taller than this, underneath your home. So you have a room enough to, what a 5-year-old could fit underneath the house.
Okay.
Like pretty much stand up and walk underneath the house to help against flooding. So when the flood does happen, what's affected is whatever's on the ground. So like if you have a garage or a shed, like my uncle had from my grandfather, his car was flooded. But this time my uncle ended up having, I think, like 2 feet of water in the house.
Okay, even with
with the pier and beam. We have family members that have pier and beam, and they still had water, that maybe a foot to 2 feet worth of water damage.
Okay, and what is he doing now? What are some things that he's trying to get together for himself, or
I think
with other family members?
I think other family members are just coming around to help. My dad, he's in Dallas, like I said, Arlington. He's going to
which is nearby.
Dallas, Fort Worth. So I think he's going to drive down to help. You know, they just getting together, because from an article I read the other day, the mayor.
Hi, New Zealand.
Hey, New Zealand. The mayor of Port Arthur, he hasn't even dealt with his home that was flooded, because he has a part-time job of being a mayor.
Right, okay.
Right now it's a full-time job, because he's going around saying, hey, what do you need?
Right.
What can I do? What can we do? You know, the police are there. I mean, it's just community coming together.
Right. But you know what's interesting, though, is that I'm like trying to get both of
I know. I can lean
like,
in. You don't bite, do you?
Sometimes I do.
You ate. I'm cool.
I ate already, so you're all right.
I'm good.
But sometimes it's unfortunate that it takes unfortunate events or natural disasters to actually
bring us all together.
Yeah, but I'm like, see, y'all can't be acting crazy for too long.
See, because I read that. You posted that on Facebook. You can't be acting crazy for too long, because we got to come together at some point.
Well, because yeah, and the people that were saying, oh yeah, there's no such thing as climate change and all this stuff, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, like
this thing.
It's like we've had. I mean, because there's who's that? Maria now, somebody that just hit the Puerto Rico again. It's Irma. Jose.
There was a K one that hit
Katie. I think that was Katie that hit Mexico. Louise.
I'm making up stuff now.
Lopez. No, I don't know who that was. It was somebody else. Stop making up stuff.
And then
Maria.
Right.
So I mean, this is the first time ever that a hurricane has actually hit the coast, went back out, gathered more strength, and then came back. They usually hit and then go on about their business. No, this one hit, left, and then came back. Said, you know what? I'm not exactly done with y'all yet.
Right. But you know, they had a lot of depressions or tropical depressions that are like you know, coming off the coast of off of Western Africa, right?
Oh.
And so that's where the heat comes from, and then when it hits that cold air from the north and
and then it
gets
does
in that
all
area
that,
of the Atlantic, and it's like woo woo.
Yeah.
Woo, we're having a lot of stuff going on, because last year, at least in Baton Rouge, that's where I'm from.
And then not to mention, I mean, we're going to get you back to that, but not to mention, they just had, this is their second earthquake in Mexico since the hurricanes have happened. Because they had one, when Katie hit, in Mexico, there was an earthquake happened because my mother-in-law in Italy told me. And then, now that's sad. And then they just recently, a couple of days ago, if not yesterday or something like that, had another earthquake.
Yeah, it was I think 7.1, and they had like
236.
Over 200 people.
I heard that on the French news this morning.
Over 200 people to die. Ooh, you got some little beeps going on.
Yeah.
But we noticed, there were some problems, at least climatic issues, in the States when there were problems with Baton Rouge.
Oh, what happened with Baton Rouge?
Was it last year? Yeah. This was the problem when they had all of the raining last year, and it hadn't rained like that since like 500 years. I'm like, well, who was here 500 years ago to say that
Did
it was...
the Indians tell you that?
I
was y'all talking to the Indians?
I don't think they were telling us anything. But,
okay.
But, it was that cold front from the north, and then, that hot air from the Gulf Stream that came, and it was just like stuck. But then there was a lot of things going on in Baton Rouge at that time. You had the killing of Alton Sterling. Remember the DVD guy?
Yes, okay.
You can't shoot the DVD guy, especially,
I mean, that's the dude that come by the barbershop now.
He comes by the barbershop, he stands up, minding his own business. And then the story went that somebody had called. It was a homeless guy that actually called. I'm like, what he doing at the payphone?
Wait, first of all, y'all still got payphones?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Nobody wants to put their anyway.
Because that sounds suspicious right there. That's suspicious right there. He had the payphone.
He had the payphone. But so there was that. So the murder of Alton Sterling, then the murder of 3 good police officers. 3 police officers, 3 good ones. The ones that go around and give you hugs and stuff.
Yeah, the good ones.
The good ones.
The ones you like to see.
Who was ambushed by a dude from Missouri. He ain't even from the house. He's not even from Baton Rouge, right?
But that's like that killing in Texas. Remember they drugged that black guy in Texas? Those people weren't from that town.
Yeah,
they weren't from Jasper.
I remember that was like in 1999, 98, 99.
99, okay.
I was in California at the time, and I saw that. I was like, I'm too through. But
you know what? I have my coworker, my white coworker at the time. He was from Jasper, and he's like, they not even from Jasper. Like, people ain't, they set in their ways. They got their issues down there, but ain't nobody doing that.
Right.
Like, why y'all coming to other folks' states?
Right.
Doing the food.
Well, because they at somebody else's house. Like when people come to New Orleans and things like that, and they they not at home.
They showing their chest and everything.
Everything. Like they say, whatever stays in Los Angeles, Las Vegas stays in Vegas. Usually, whatever stays in New Orleans usually ends up on a DVD.
Oh Jesus! Not a DVD.
No, but there's just a lot of things that happen at home, and then sometimes we wonder why. There are these things that take place, and it was just right after that, Alton Sterling, those 2 police officers that were killed. They had protests. You had Black Lives Matter that was there. You had the KKK at one point putting out flyers in different parts of Louisiana, not necessarily in Baton Rouge. And then you had the new Black Panther Party that was kind of like in the perimeter. And you can't have that much discord or even though the protesters were actually very peaceful, quiet, it didn't turn into Ferguson. It's not like St. Louis right now. St. Louis is hot.
Is they hot?
Hot. But it's right now it's the police on bad behavior.
Oh, okay. Well, they
on their worst behavior.
Oh, okay, because they on their bad behavior in a lot of places here lately. So
right.
And then
I kind of like the police in Toulouse. They all right. They got mobilettes.
Wait, it depends. Is it the police or is it the gendarmerie?
Police. I ain't talking about them.
The gendarmerie ain't too bad. Well, see, in Grenada, they're not that bad.
Because they in Grenada. They ain't got
to deal with these fools out here in Toulouse.
But the little police here, they have the little mobilettes, and they can't have their, from what I've been able to see, they can't have guns until after 5 o'clock.
There will be no bang bang until after 5.
Until after 5. Y'all do what y'all want before then, but after 5, but usually before 5 you have the gendarmerie.
No, or if they don't have the gendarmerie, they have the military, because they're good for walking around with their AKs or whatever they have.
Yeah, but they just walking around.
I bet you something pop off.
Yeah, they got to be ready. But
See,
but there's for the moment.
it shocked my aunt. I put it to you like that because we eat as much as things are happening in America. You don't see that. Our military can't do that.
National Guard came,
Okay, so y'all can.
but we weren't doing that.
See, but y'all not. But
not at that
can,
time.
But
Not
y'all
at that
still
time.
not doing that because when we were here, I think it was Paris. My aunt saw them.
At the airport in New Orleans, they had a couple.
They were at the train station in Paris, and I think she saw them here again, and she was like, not shocked. She wasn't scared. It was just, oh, like that's what y'all doing over here, like.
Well, when you have, there was an incident, I believe it was last summer. They had a guy.
We got all kinds of incidences at home, though.
France.
Is there another?
What a guy.
There's a difference between France and France.
Yeah, because usually a police officer will not let a person get that close and take their gun from them. In France, that happened at the Louvre.
Why are you in my personal space like that? I don't need you in my personal space like that without a gun. Why are you in my personal space?
But that would not have happened.
I lost
at
the earring.
home. Oops.
Oh, okay, sorry y'all.
It's all right. We're gonna talk about those in a minute. But that would not have happened at home. You know, had little guy gotten that close to a police officer to take something from them.
But even the minute the police officer thought she was gonna take his gun, he would have had his hand on his weapon. He would have had his hand on his weapon. Like, it would have been.
Well, at home they're kind of jumpy. They like the cat, that saw that scary movie and it's like you're watching, but they don't even watch sometimes.
Yeah.
They just like jumping all over the place. And
that's true, but as a cop, it's like you got to be aware of that